Appreciate you guys coming. Real quick, a shout out. RU dance team's gonna try to win a national tournament Saturday, Sunday. My daughter dances on that team, so I'm pretty fired up. They're down in Disney, so just to say they work really hard and they're really, really good. So I'm excited for them. As far as the match goes, obviously it's a tale of two halves, right? We didn't get it done down low. We got it done up top. Really pleasant surprise at heavyweight. That's a big time win. Really big time win at 184. Joe Grello got out of it a little bit, which was good for him, and Aguilar stayed hot. We just got our butts really kicked, down low. Alvarez, good match. That's a top 5 kid, so you expect that type of match. Those things happen, but a lot of clock watching, up 3-0 at 141, and you can't get pinned in college wrestling. And we were winning a match in the third period and got pinned, and that's one guy, but that's a big part of the dual meet, and that's not on Gerard. He was wrestling really, really well, but you just can't give up a fall there. And then we obviously are struggling and struggled at 57-65. So tale of two halves, good fight, good dual meet. I just wish we had a little bit more. I think it's one we let away, to be honest with you. I'll open it up for questions.
Do you feel like this is like you just kind of shelling a little bit? It didn't really show in the first semester.
I think that's our team. I mean, it's going to be I could tell you we got, 7 or 8 more dual meets, and it's probably a 5-5 split every time out. So we got to do a better job of getting more bonus points than the other team. And they did a better job tonight than we did.
Coach, in the Alvarez match, what made you decide to not throw out the challenge?
Because what happens was it was a scramble. They're not going to change their call there. I just know they're not going to change their call. And then it became a danger call, I believe. So it's like, I don't believe they're going to change their call. I've had Angel, and Nate a lot, and they're not changing that call one. And I thought there was a danger call anyway, so he got taken down. So,
Coach, does the adjustment for Gerard Angel have to be stop living and dying by the big move? It seems to be when he's winning, he's pinning, and when he's losing,
he's getting pinned. Yeah, I think all up and down. We got to kind of manage the match better, and it's 3-1. He's in on a really good shot. We want him to be aggressive, and he's finally shooting. And we told him one takedown could go a long way for you, because he is dangerous. And I don't want to say, stop being dangerous, because that's where he's really good and he's getting better on top. I just think you got to have a feel. You can get taken down there. You can get taken down and make it 3-3 and get out, and you still win the match. You can't get pinned though. So.
And you also kind of have to get out at 41 when it's.
Well, it's 3-0 with close to riding time and seal the match. Seal the match like we did at heavyweight. It was 3-2, and you could feel the momentum changing. That kid was coming. So Esposito could have sat back, and then it would have been, probably bad things are going to happen. But boy, did he do. Scored another takedown. And that's what we have to do at 141. Stop looking at the clock, because it's not going any faster. Find a way to get back on top, score another takedown, or dominate the hand fight so much you're the aggressor. But when you start looking and begging for that thing to bleed, that clock to bleed, you end up losing big matches, and that's what happened.
Billy and Jordan, for you two, Rutgers primarily, it's been known as the upperweight struggle. Tonight we saw the upperweights bring you guys back into the match. What does that mean for you guys? One, to play that role, and two, to bring a better name to the Rutgers upperweights.
Yeah, I mean, I like to win. That's like my biggest thing. It's just like I don't want it to be like Rutgers upperweights aren't good anymore, because I practice with this guy every day, and I know he's good, and if he's good, I can roll with him, then I'm good, and I know every single guy I wrestle out there I can go with. So yeah, I think the main thing is just we're really competitive in the wrestling room, and that comes out in the match as well.
Yeah, kind of just feeding off of what Billy said. When we go in the room, we wrestle pretty hard. And I think yesterday, 2 days ago, we scrapped pretty hard live. We did a bunch of goes, and I would say between me, Billy, and Joe Grello, it's kind of those are my two main partners, and then obviously I'm Goodale trained. I think everyone knows that, and I'll scrap with Donnie, and we have a really good RTC program, and that's helped a lot. That RTC program's a lot of upperweights. Pat Downey was a world team member last year. He's in the room rolling with us when he can be. CJ Brucky, he's in the room rolling with us, and Nate Jackson's a Princeton coach. He came around a lot more last season. Now he's coaching obviously, but in the summer, he's a big help, and I think it's just starts in the room, and we scrap. We like to scrap, and we wrestle really, really hard. And I think that once you figure that out, and you can translate that to the match, it starts opening up a lot for your offense and especially your confidence. And I think kind of saw that with Billy at Michigan State, beat a really, really good kid, and you watched him tonight, and you could just tell that he's starting to like really believe like I'm pretty freaking good, and starting to translate when we wrestle.
Billy, what have the last 2 matches been like for you to get these wins under your belt?
I feel like I'm just starting to be more like myself. At first, when you're out there, I'm young. I mean, I turned 20 like last week. I'm a young kid, and at first it's a little nerve-wracking, but then once you start putting some notches on your belt, it's really not that much anymore. And then when you go out there and you have all these people behind you, the only thing on my mind at that point is make them proud, make them happy. So I want to score points. But with that said, I mean, I got hit with a stall call in the 3rd period when I should be working for a major. That's something I need to go back and work on still. There's still a lot of improving to do, and I'm definitely not in my final form yet.
What's this year been like for you? I mean, as a 6-year senior on the team, full of freshmen.
It's been really fun. It's kind of been a challenge, kind of tried to take a leadership role. We don't really have captains on this team, but as an older guy, I kind of try to take that role, take a leadership role, and it's funny because today we had a meeting with like our sports psych, and I was talking about how much I admire Sammy Alvarez as a kid, as a wrestler. He's someone who when he wrestles, he's so calm. I think there was a point in today's match in a scramble where he like went to his back, like flopped off his back, and there's no point scored, and it's just I'm probably getting pinned there from going to my back like that. I think most guys are, because you start to panic when you go to your back, and that's kind of makes sense, but that kid is so calm. And then Billy's tough as nails. I mean, we scrap hard in the room, and then you got guys like JoJo who today he let one slip away, but that's still a kid who's really tough, really strong kid, and just try to the main thing is that this sport is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You could have a really good day and then take a bad loss. I mean, it happened to me last month against Maryland. Got pinned, and it's embarrassing. It's not what you want, especially after a couple really good wins and a tournament win. But it doesn't translate to the rest of my season. I got a text from Goody the next morning like, did the sun come up? Yeah, and I texted him back, it was a beautiful sunrise, because it's short-term memory. That's got to be the mentality. After a night like this, we have the dual meet on Sunday, and it's a really, really good team, and it's a really good opportunity to pick some really good guys off. And you just got to have short-term memory loss, and just know that it's a marathon, not a sprint.
I'm a competitor. That's what I like to do. I'm glad I have Brooks. He's a tough kid. We're going to wrestle hard. Just do the same thing.
Have you wrestled Shakur before?
That was my freshman year roommate when I was at Penn State.
Oh, okay.
Not a lot of people actually know that I went to Penn State my freshman year. I only did 5 years here. But, he's a good friend of mine. He's my roommate my freshman year. And, I was talking to him the other day, and we were cracking some jokes. But, yeah, I mean, he's a really good kid. He's an All-American 2 years ago. He's coming off an ACL injury. But, he's a tough kid, and, he's dangerous. But it's going to be really fun. I'm excited to scrap with him, It's really it's an important match to me for a lot of reasons, obviously. And I'm excited. It's going to be my rec hall debut after 6 years. So we'll see. I'm excited.
Final question. Scott, are you happy with what you saw from Joe to kind of get going?
Yeah, I'm glad he got out of it. You sit back, I get emotional, right? And there a lot of emotions are in this because dual meets are important to this fan base and it's important to this program. But at the end of the day, we just got to keep plugging along. And Joe was in a rut last week, so it's good for him to get a win. I would have liked him to finish it right and major the guy, but that's me being ultra competitive and wanting more and thinking it would be a big part of the dual meet. Got to be patient with these young guys. You got to be patient. He mentions JoJo and lets one slip away, and you can't really use the age as an excuse because freshmen are winning national titles, right? So, but the bottom line is we have to be patient. They're going to be in a lot bigger spots as they go forward, and I'm proud of this team. We've worked really, really hard to get to this point, and it's a young team mixed with some 6-year guys and some veterans. So, again, I know I kind of rambled on there. I'm happy for Joe. Now he's got the number 1 guy in the country on Sunday, so here we go, right? And that's kind of what it's all about. Next match up, and we'll go out there and wrestle as hard as we can and hopefully have a really good turnout.